The city respected Victor Hale the way people respect storms. From a distance, with caution and awe. As the CEO of Hale Dynamics, his glass tower pierced the skyline like a monument to control, power and success earned at any cost. Boardrooms went silent when he entered. Markets shifted when he spoke. Yet none of that power followed him home. Behind the iron gates of his mansion, past the manicured lawns and silent marble halls, lived a reality Victor could neither buy nor command. His daughter, Lily, 16 years old, once vibrant and unstoppable, now confined to a wheelchair after a car accident that shattered her spine and, slowly, her will. Doctors had used careful words like permanent, unlikely, and manage expectations. Victor heard them as failures. He paid for the best hospitals, the best therapists, experimental treatments flown in from overseas. Nothing worked. Lily stopped asking questions. She stopped trying. She stared out the window for hours, her reflection hollow, her smile a memory. Victor tried to motivate her with logic, money, opportunity. "You have everything," he told her once, frustration slipping through his polished voice. She didn't answer. She simply turned her face away, and in that quiet rejection, Victor felt smaller than he ever had in any boardroom loss. One rainy afternoon, Lily insisted on leaving the house for the first time in weeks. Not for therapy, not for doctors, but simply to go somewhere that wasn't filled with whispered pity. Victor canceled meetings worth millions without hesitation and drove her himself. They ended up at a small public park far from their world of privilege. A place where the grass wasn't perfect and the benches were chipped, but people laughed freely. Victor stood behind her wheelchair, awkward and unsure, while Lily watched children run past, their feet splashing in puddles. Her eyes followed them, not with jealousy, but exhaustion, as if even watching hope was too tiring. That was when Victor noticed the man on the opposite bench. A single dad, judging by the tired eyes and the way he held his son's, small hand as if it were the most valuable thing he owned. The boy had a cheap toy plane missing a wing, yet he laughed louder than any child in the park. The man didn't notice Victor at first. He was focused entirely on his son, kneeling to eye level, whispering encouragement as the boy tried to make the broken plane fly. Lily watched them too. Victor saw it, the first flicker of interest he'd seen in her eyes in months. Then it disappeared just as quickly. "Let's go home," she said softly. Victor hesitated, then nodded. As he turned the wheelchair, one wheel caught on the uneven pavement. Victor cursed under his breath, struggling. Before he could react, the single dad was already there, gently helping straighten the wheel without being asked. "Happens all the time," the man said calmly, his voice warm, unbothered. Victor muttered a stiff thank you, already reaching for his wallet out of habit, but the man shook his head. "No need," he said, "just take it slow." Lily looked up at him for the first time. Their eyes met. Something unspoken passed between them. Not pity, not fear, just recognition. The man smiled at her, not the forced smile adults give when they don't know what to say, but a real one. Then, leaning slightly closer, careful that Victor wouldn't hear, he whispered words so simple they almost sounded foolish. "I'll help her." Victor stiffened. "Excuse me?" he asked sharply. The man straightened, unfazed. "Your daughter," he said calmly. "She hasn't given up yet. I can see it." Victor felt irritation rise. He had spent millions on specialists, and this stranger thought he saw something they didn't. "With all due respect," Victor said coldly, "you don't know anything about our situation." The man nodded. "You're right," he said. "I don't know your money, your doctors, or your world. I just know what it looks like when someone stops believing in tomorrow." Lily's fingers tightened, slightly on her lap. Victor missed it. He was already preparing a sharp response when Lily spoke, her voice barely audible. "Dad, it's okay." Victor froze. She hadn't defended a stranger in months. The man smiled gently at Lily. "My name's Daniel," he said. "And this is Noah." The little boy waved enthusiastically, his broken plane tucked under his arm. "My dad says broken things aren't useless," Noah announced proudly. "They just need more time." Lily swallowed hard. Her eyes glistened, and for the first time since the accident, Victor saw tears that weren't empty. They left soon after, but the moment followed Victor home like a shadow. That night, as Victor stood outside Lily's room, listening instead of speaking, a rare thing for him, he heard something. That stopped him cold. Lily was crying quietly, but between the sobs she whispered, "What if he's right?" Victor stepped back, his chest tight. For the first time, he wondered if all his power had been the wrong language for hope. The next day, Lily asked a question that changed everything. "Can we go back to the park?" she asked. Victor looked at her, really looked at her, and saw not defeat but a fragile curiosity trying to survive. He nodded. Neither of them knew that this simple request was the first step toward a future none of them could predict, and that the quiet single dad with nothing but patience and belief was about to challenge everything Victor Hale thought he knew about strength, success, and healing. If this story touched your heart even a little, subscribe to the channel and stay with us, because what happens next will prove that sometimes the greatest miracles don't come from power or wealth, but from someone who simply refuses to give up on another human being.